recording, YouTube. This is basically an update to 2012 history, business, etc, etc, and what's going to happen in the next few years. Okay, bear with me. Give you some history. First of all, nearly 35, and I've been studying all this sort of since I was very young. I think I remember asking my teacher from probably about the age of 12, 13, I started wondering what it was all about, and from that moment onwards I've had a problem with why I'm here, and I've been on the sole purpose to find out why I'm here and what it's all about. When I was 12 and a half years old, I was in a RE lesson, religious education, and my teacher was reading Revelations and Genesis and all that sort of thing, you know, the bits that everyone knows in the Bible. And I stuck my hand up and says, how can you create something from... No, what was there before God? Who created God, you know? What comes first, the chicken or the egg? And my teacher turned around and said, he's always been there. I said, he can't have always been there, because in this world there's a beginning and an end. Being literal. And he went, well, he's always been there, you know. Nothing was there before him. Made him say nothing. I said, nothing. I said, well, what's nothing then? Describe nothing. What colour's nothing? What does nothing look like? And he's looking at me like this. I said, right, you've got a plastic bottle. In between the bits of plastic in this bottle is air. I said, put it in a vacuum and take the air out. I said, what is between the two bits of plastic? Nothing. What does it look like? Nothing. You can't describe nothing. So if you have nothing, you can't create something from nothing. I was never allowed in RE again, and I got an A. Funny that, hey? Anyway, I've done lots of research. I've watched lots of videos. Ring of Power, brilliant watch. Earth Under Fire. I've watched untold 9/11 things. Obviously David Icke's. There's a guy called Michael Tarrison. The End of the World 2012. I don't actually think it's going to be the end of the world. It's more... It's very, 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 very complicated for me to just explain in a 10-minute video. I could recommend a book that will sum up a lot of it, but you do need to sort of have some understanding of one of my comments on the page. He's left quite a lot of comments. He'll know who he is. I don't remember his name. Let me just mention today. Swordfishes. He's quite clued up. He knows what he's talking about there, definitely. But this is the book I recommend to anyone. The Secret History of the World. You can see it's got 2 Freemasons on the front of it, and on the back it says the hidden knowledge of the secret society revealed for the first time. Now that's where I'm at right now, on that page there, which is 212, and there's some stuff in there that I didn't know. It basically puts things together to do with the equinox, the sun worshippers, the chakras, the things that are coming into line, the Bible, every religion, education, business, all of it. Every single thing that you can think of is kind of summed up in some respect. Now, Freemasons worship the sun. And the birth of a new sun, really, is kind of the birth of life. There's also something else that's a bit dodgy there. Our chakras have got a lot to do with it, and our energy, and the unmaterial world, and the way we visualise the world, and the way that we've been indoctrinated to sort of believe in, you know, and not see the whole picture. A big awakening is happening, fortunately, for mankind, and that's why people are a lot more, what the fuck is going on? But people are still a little bit more sort of, oh, you know, but that's the way it is. It's like, Sherilyn made quite a good point on this video about money. Money does control the world, but what is money? Let's emphasise on that, because when I was a kid, my mum, there was a recession going on, and I didn't really know what that was. And I went, Mum, why don't they just make, what's the money for? And my mum said to me that basically a £20 note or whatever represents the amount of gold that is to the value of that sterling, or that money. Because I said to her, I said, why doesn't the government just make more money? And she said if the government makes more money, inflation will increase, interest rates will increase, export and import and all this sort of thing. She goes, it will completely and utterly unbalance the system. So the amount of sterling that's in circulation in the United Kingdom is in reference to the amount of gold that is held in the vault at the Bank of England, or the safe at the Bank of England, and its world value allows them to have a certain amount of sterling in circulation. This also affects imports and exports. Now, my mum, who's an accountant, doesn't fully understand it because it's that complicated. Now, the amount of virtual interest that companies make, yeah, this process has got to be completely out of balance. Oh, gold can be 50p a pound today. Oh, it'll be 150 a pound tomorrow. There's only, basically, so my comment of, Mum, why don't they make more money? They are. You go to the bank and say, I want 7 grand, they'll let you have 7 grand and charge you £1,000 interest. Okay? And that's why there's so much debt in the world. If you actually take the amounts that are owing, the amount of gold we have, and whatever else, or if everyone took their money out of the bank, it would be fucked. That's why you know that the system's corrupt. So what is money? Money is nothing. Money is absolutely fucking nothing. Nothing at all. Absolutely. It's just a bit of paper to say that makes it easier for the person you owe the money to say that I owe this much money. It's a system that in principle is a good idea, but it doesn't work when you put people in charge, especially one family known as the Rothschilds. Did you know that the Rothschilds is the second richest family in the world? I don't know who's first. I don't think it's the Queen. But the Rothschild family, the amount of wealth they've got, I mean, it's trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions. These families are earning billions of pounds worth of interest a fucking week, or a year, whatever. If you took all their money, they would have enough money to feed, clothe and house every single person in the world. No one would ever want for anything again, right? But yet, these families still want more. 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 The biggest problem in the world is people are too interested in self. Too interested in... It's greed and selfishness, which is the problem. And I was thinking about it the other day, that if these changes come into play, like they're going to, and we allow them to come into play because we're too weak to stand up to these people, I don't want to live in the new world. I'd rather be dead than live in that. I really would. I'm not interested at all. So the next 5 years, I don't even think we're going to get to 5 years. Basically, what's happening is this planet that's on its way into our atmosphere, into our environment. Global warming doesn't exist, it's solar warming. And the reason why the planets are warming up is because this planet that's approaching us is a dying sun. Isn't that Brown the wolf? This planet has hit us, well not hit us, but come into our solar system before, and I think this is where a lot of the things have happened in the past, and the Freemasons and all the secret societies are aware of this, and they know what's going to go on. And it's going to cause a lot of problems in the earth, you know. You only have to think of the Bible when they say 40 days and 40 nights. How the hell can you have 40 straight days and then 40 straight nights? How? If the earth stops rotating. If the earth stops rotating, how does that affect the gravity? How does that affect the oceans? How does that affect the inside of the planet? There's also theories, which I don't think is too far-fetched, that there's such thing as hollow earth. No planes, I don't think, are allowed to fly across the north or the southern poles for the reason that it's something to do with the way the magnetic field works. Well, there's theories that stargates are at these magnetic poles, and that's what this Illuminati are waiting for. And